Hello, everybody, and once again, welcome to Sinhanomics. Today, I'll cover the financial markets. What a week it was. So let's start with the Wall Street, actually, of course. So S&P 500 pretty much closed at around 4,300, 20% above the low of last year. And this is very important level, by the way. Many analysts are thinking that is the end of the bull run. In fact, the head of equities research, Savita Subramaniam of Bank of America, actually already called it the finale of bear market. Yes, you have heard it right. Since 1950s, every time the market has risen 20% above its low, that's the end of the bear market. And that means that the market will continue its upward run for the next 12 months. And this has happened 92% of the time. And that's why many of the analysts are thinking it's the end of the bear market. But what a paradox it is, right? Last year, if you remember, the earnings were growing, the economy was expanding, and stock market was, as well as the bond market, both of them were pretty much into the dual bear market. Because everybody was fearing recession, interest rate was rising. This year, when the situation is a little bit murky, the earnings increase will take a little bit more time. It's expected to start increasing from the second half of 2024. There is a big expectation of recession in USA. Even now, the street is divided about what the Fed will do on 15th of June, in the next meeting rather, whether they are going to put a pause there in the interest rate or they're going to further increase it. In fact, some analysts are even saying that they should increase 50 basis points. Whatever it happens, at the end of the day or at the end of the year or early next year, still expected that the US will be in recession. And once it's there, the interest rate easing will happen and the market will continue its rally. So this actually proves the fact that market looks forward. Yeah, it discounts the future. Anyway, I'd like to focus your attention to some of the stocks which had stellar runs actually. Let's talk about Tesla. So Tesla had a streak of 11 days of increase and it closed at around 244, 245. On the news that Tesla is actually opening up its charging stations, which are 12,000 by the way, to Ford and General Motors. And this is a big thing for them because now actually Tesla is going to share the infrastructure. And what does it mean? Financially, it will actually be a recurring revenue for them. Yes, from 2024 onwards, Tesla will gain something around $10 billion as a recurring revenue. And that's a big thing. And that actually has put the stock pretty much into its upward trajectory. Having said that, if you analyze Tesla, its high is 415 by the way, $415. And its low is around 100. And right now it's sitting pretty much at the 50% range. Between 100 to 415, exactly almost 50% is 245 to 50. So what does it mean? It means that it will have further run. If you some of you who know about Fibonacci and all those things, you can calculate it yourself. But clearly, it has some more room to go. And with all these new developments coming up, Tesla winning the legal suit, then followed up by this one, which is the charging 12,000 charging stations, etc. I think pretty much the stock will continue its upward move. It's still a buy, by the way, in my personal opinion. Again, I'll use the word personal. Whereas Apple, on the other hand, is pretty steady, is continuously moving inch by inch, and it closed at 182. dollar. Remember I had covered earlier, its 52-week high is around 185. And in order for Apple to reach $3 trillion market cap, it has to hit 190. I think a lot of things will depend on what Fed wants to do on 15th. It will be interesting to see. In fact, the bond market is already giving a different signal and the stock market is behaving differently. Well, if I talk about AI stocks, Nvidia is kind of hovering at around 375 to 400 range. And guys, many of you who believe that it's overpriced, of course it's overpriced if you look at from the fundamental perspective, right? It's trading at around, from the trailing PE perspective, is trading at around 200 price earning ratio, almost 5 to 8 price to sales rather. So pretty much from that perspective, it looks like it's overpriced. But hey, that's the only big player in AI space for which the whole world is crazy about. There's an AI hype, guys. And not only that, this company is not like a dot-com company. It's actually giving you profits. Next quarter's revenue forecast is $11 billion. So roughly $45 to $50 billion business revenue is actually giving with a very healthy profit margin. So I don't think that it has reached its peak. Had it been the case, Nvidia would have been pretty much trading at around $300 by now. The fact that it's hovering at around $400, in my personal opinion, it has more room to grow. That said, many of the analysts have actually increased the price target anyway, between 400 to 600. So let's see how it goes. On the other hand, Palantir, which I covered earlier, continued its upward move, closed above $15, $15.02 to be precise. C3 AI, after hitting its 52-week high of $44, it dropped to $31 after its earnings report, and now is picking up back. It's pretty much back to $38 now. So I think in the whole AI space is pretty much like TINA. There is no alternative. If you think about the pure play, these are the only three stocks: Nvidia, Palantir, C3 AI. If you consider others, then you have others as well, like Meta. You can call Alphabet in that category, Snowflake in that category, but pure play is only these three. Many of the fund managers, by the way, have been selling some of their stocks and topping up with all these AI stocks because they believe that it's a beginning of a new era. After web, which was 1995 to 2000, and then it was cloud and mobile from 2008 to 2012. Now is the beginning of AI era. With that, let's see how it works out. We are all waiting for 15th of June and see what Fed does it. But the good news is that, as most of the analysts believe, and I actually quoted Savita Subramaniam of Bank of America, she has already declared there's a finale of bear market. And this is a good news for all of us. If you look at the other markets of the world, for example, the ones that I cover, India market, pretty much it's hovering at around 18,500 to 18,700, and I'm talking about Nifty 50. Similarly, Sensex is pretty much hovering at around 62,000 to 63,000 range. Many of the analysts still believe that, hey, this is very high, the market is high, but I feel differently. Actually, if you look at India market, and pretty much it holds true from US market as well. The high was, in Indian market, the high was achieved in October 2021. Yes, you have heard it right. 2021 October, when Nifty was at 18,880. And since then, it has reached 18,500, by the way. So it's really done nothing. In the meantime, the earnings have grown. The earnings increase has been around 12 to 15%. So it has not even reached there. From looking at the P perspective, price earning ratio perspective, Nifty 50's price earning ratio at that time, that was October 2021, was at around 22, 23. Right now it's at 17, 18. There's plenty of room to grow. Just a matter of fact, as usual, many of the domestic fund managers, DII as they are called, domestic investment institutions, they're all waiting for the foreign institutions to buy. And these guys are sitting on huge cash. And when the FIIs are buying, these guys are selling. And guess what? They will have to buy at a much higher price. So let's see how it goes. Australian market also had a little bit of a good run. ASX 200 closed at around 7,150. But let me remind you, its 52-week highs 7,456. So still kind of 300 points to go before it touches the 52-week high. With that, I'll close my financial market update. Remember, before making any financial decisions and investment decisions, don't forget to consult your financial advisor. The purpose of this channel is to create financial awareness so that you can make your own decisions and make money. With that, I'll soon be coming back with some more updates for you. Till then, it's goodbye from me, your friend, Pankaj Sinha. Bye-bye.